Alright guys, this is how we ride in traffic. I'm in the friction zone, I'm preloaded, and I'm keeping it loaded. I'm covering the rear brake, and I'm going about 7-8 miles per hour. Sort of like exercise number 2, but we're going a little bit faster. So how can this help you in your U-turn? How can this help you in being more confident leaning your motorcycle? Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to my preloaders. And my preloaders, that community is growing so fast, guys. I can't tell you how fast it's growing. So just know that you're appreciated. And I'm so proud of you guys as usual. And it's important that everybody knows how important what you guys are doing is. All right, for those of you that don't know what a preloader is, please go to the description section. There's a definition for that. There's also a definition for preload. And there's a bunch of other information that's helpful to you guys. The exercises that we do out here, the dimensions of those exercises, information on practice sessions. Okay, so please check out the description section. It's a lot of information in there. But back to my preloaders. They're dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. Of course, they're also subscribers to my channel, but they understand how important this skill is to be able to ride this motorcycle at low speeds and be in full control. Now, I want you to understand, preloaders doesn't mean that they're there yet. It means they're dedicated to being there, okay? All right, so for those of you that have never been to this channel before, my name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward, and the purpose of this channel is twofold. The first half is me sharing my knowledge, experience, and training that I've received from the NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, with a focus on slow speed motorcycle operation because, in my opinion, it's the most important aspect of riding a motorcycle. At speed, this motorcycle can ride by itself. It needs very little input from you. But at slow speeds, 15 miles per hour or less, that's when 100% of your skill is required to keep this motorcycle upright without putting your feet out, without duck walking your motorcycle. All right, that's the first half of what this channel is about. Secondly, I want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. And what that simply means is being in 100% control and being 100% confident that you can ride this motorcycle at low speeds to make right turns and left turns and U-turns. That's when you're the boss of your motorcycle. And also the perception of you being the boss by those around you. If people can look at you and see you making tight turns, they're going to say, wow, he looks like he's in control. He's the boss of that motorcycle. But if you're duck walking the motorcycle, if you seem uneasy, if you have your feet out when you're coming to a stop, you know, obviously you're not the boss. The motorcycle is still the boss, but that's fine. That's why we're here. That's why you're tuning in to this channel, because I'm sure you want to be the boss. And on top of all of that, guys, it's just going to make riding this motorcycle that much more enjoyable to you. What fun is it to ride something that every time you slow down, you got to get that feeling of fear or intimidation? That's never fun. So the other part is fun, and then that part isn't. Plus, it's fun to learn this. So, okay, I'm not trying to sell you guys on this, but at the same time, I am. I want you to understand the importance of it. Does it look cool? Absolutely, it looks cool. Now, people that don't ride motorcycles, they'll look at that and look away if they see you doing something on the motorcycle at slow speeds, in control. But fellow motorcycle riders will always look at that and look twice, because 98% of us don't know how to ride like that. So it's a big deal. So it looks cool, but that's not what we're out here practicing for. However, I will say that if that's what motivates you to get proficient in this, by all means, look cool, because you're going to look cool regardless if that's your goal or not. All right. but it is important that everybody knows that learning this skill can save your life one day, all right? I also want you guys to know that the purpose of this is not for you to enter in the next police rodeo. Now, that is some people's focus, not most. So if you're one of the people that are not interested in that, just realize that what we practice out here and what I want you to practice is not for that. It's just to raise your confidence level so that you can be more proficient in doing this. Once your confidence level goes up, everything else will take care of itself, okay? All right, guys. Lastly, in regards to the channel, I hold practice sessions on a weekly basis in this parking lot, all right? Either a Saturday or a Sunday. I try to flip-flop them, and I pick which one is gonna have the best weather, all right? That's free of charge to my preloaders only. That's here in Pooler, Georgia. If you're interested in coming out here and practicing with me, please go to the description section and look for the part that says practice session and just follow what it says, okay? All right, I want to take this time to thank my subscribers. I appreciate all the subscriptions. I appreciate the letters. I appreciate the emails. I appreciate the comments. And I appreciate people that make donations to my channel, monetary donations to my channel. That's highly appreciated. You know, you guys know I don't take anything for granted, okay? So everything is appreciated. Just recently, I've joined some new Facebook groups. You know, guys, you have to remember that all of this is new to me. Facebook is new to me. So as I'm joining these groups, the preloader community is growing, and it is growing rapidly. And that's good news because, as I said before, every subscriber to this channel, as far as I'm concerned, is one more rider that is interested in being more proficient in riding this motorcycle. And that's what we need as a community. It really is what we need as a community. And I also want you guys to know, you guys that ride 2-up, you should definitely be trying to get proficient in this, because now you have another person, most likely somebody you really care about, on the back of this motorcycle, and you're 100% responsible for their safety, okay? So I did do a video on that, 2-up, riding 2-up. Can you ride 2-up and do slow speed stuff? Check out the video right up here. You can click on it right here, or you can click on it later, but check that video out. Me and my wife out here on the concourse doing some slow speed stuff. Okay, so for those of you that would like to help support the channel through donations, you can send donations via Zelle or Venmo to the email address on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And if there's anything else you guys would like to send to me, you can send it to this address right here. All right, I know there's anything that you guys could be doing with your time, and the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I appreciate that. Okay, so just briefly, guys, I want to talk to you guys about what it cost to come out here and practice with me. And the answer to that is zero, okay? I don't charge my preloaders to come out here and practice with me. Again, this is not a classroom. This is a practice session. I know there's a lot of aspects of it that looks like a classroom. It looks like I'm running a class. And yeah, okay, I can see why you say that. But it's important that you know it's a practice session. It's an each one, teach one environment. So if you know something, share it. And that includes with me, because I'll never profess to know everything, okay? So with that being said, I want to talk to you guys about subscribing. Now, I'm not talking to the people that are already subscribed. I'm talking about the people that watch me regularly, but are not subscribed. And I only say this because as a lot of people, if you guys will know, especially people commenting and emailing and Facebook, the first thing I'll say is, if they tell me they watch my videos all the time, I say, thank you for watching. I hope you're subscribed. And here's what I think is happening. I think that people watch the video, and even if at the beginning of the video, they see the word subscribe or they hear me say subscribe, I know people probably say to themselves, all right, I'm going to subscribe. I'll wait till I get to the end of this. And you guys know my videos are not short, so. And I think they just forget. All right, so I just want to emphasize to people because they probably don't know. I didn't know before I started this. I would watch YouTube videos all the time. I would hit the like, but I didn't hit the subscribe, but there was never really anything I watched on a regular. All right, it's important that you all know how important the subscribing is, the likes are, all of that stuff is important. And if you're getting something from this channel, if it's helping you out, if you enjoy it, if it's just entertaining to you, and that's not just my channel, that's any channel, but in particular, I'm talking about my channel. Hit the subscribe button. So because I think most people just forget, I'm going to give you guys about 15 seconds. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. right, one more thing I wanted to point out to you guys. Obviously, whatever device you're watching this on, it's going to determine what you can do. So can you check the description section if you're watching this on a television? No, but you can like, okay? You can definitely like. You have to use your remote for that, and whatever kind of television you have, use the navigation button, and you'll find it. But if you have to go on your phone as you're watching it, which I'm sure some people do, because sometimes I'll get messages from people, multiple messages, and it's on the same video. So I know they're probably watching it and sending comments at the same time. All right. So when I told you guys earlier to check the message that appears on the top of your screen for the 2-up video, if you're watching that on the television, you're not going to see anything. But if you're watching it on an iPhone or a smartphone, period, if you're watching it on a smartphone or an iPad or a computer, you'll see it. So there's different things that are available to you depending on the device you're using. I'll also say that YouTube really doesn't make it easy to find the description section. Like, you're not going to find something that says description. It's like a little arrow that you have to find that's right below the title of the video. So, I just know there's ways. I know there's people out there that are not familiar with YouTube, so you're not looking for this little thing. And I have gotten emails of people telling me, I'm looking for the description section, I can't find it. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there and help you guys out. Okay, merchandise. The merchandise is available, guys. All right, if you're watching this, once again, if you're watching it on anything other than a smart television, you'll see it right below the video. Okay, click on that. Here's one of them right here that I'm wearing. Again, my wife is behind all of this. She took care of all of this. She designed it all. She did a phenomenal job. And guys, there's more coming. I got more coming out. So I appreciate everybody that, has already picked it up. I mean, it means a lot to me. It really does. I don't take any of this for granted. Okay. Matter of fact, check this out. All right, guys, so what are we out here for today? So I did a video. If you guys didn't see it yet, here's the link right up here. And once again, if you're watching it on a smart TV, you're not going to see any link. But it's the video that I did maybe last week, a week and a half ago, on getting over the fear of leaning your motorcycle. And I want to talk to you guys about how that ties in to exercise number 2 with an asterisk. Now, I say that because exercise number 2, I want you guys to ride as slow as you can to purposely get the motorcycle to feel like you're going to lose balance, and to get over the instinct of putting your foot down, just to let the clutch out a little bit. You're already preloaded, so you don't have to worry about the throttle. And you're on the rear brake, so when you let the clutch out and it speeds you up, you use that rear brake to put you right back where you want to be. Okay, I say with an asterisk because I want you to go a little bit faster than what you do in exercise number 2. So again, we're talking about riding in traffic, okay? 7-8 miles per hour, just steadily riding. How is that going to help you if you're doing a U-turn? And how is that going to help you with getting over the fear of leaning your motorcycle? So again, I want you guys to watch that other video that I did, and then I want you to watch this one as well. Obviously, if you're watching this one now, I'd prefer you stop it right now and go back and watch that one and then come back to this one. But either way, it doesn't matter. I need you to watch them both. The first thing that's most important is you have to trust and believe. That's exercise number 3. You have to trust and believe that as long as there's sufficient power going to your rear wheel, this motorcycle is not going to fall. The only thing keeping this motorcycle upright is the power to the rear wheel. So that's why the weight of this motorcycle is irrelevant. If you have sufficient power going to the rear wheel and you lean the motorcycle, yes, gravity wants to pull that motorcycle down to the ground. What's going to not allow that to happen is the sufficient power going to the rear wheel. The moment that power is not sufficient enough, motorcycle is going to go down. All right? That simple. So as long as we know that, we have to practice that and practice it and practice it and practice it. Remember, you're working against an instinct, something you don't have to think about. It's just automatic. And the goal here is to replace your instinct with technique. Okay? So when you feel, uh-oh, instead of you wanting to do this, you're just going to do that. Okay? Why aren't you going to do anything with this? Because it's already loaded. You don't have to. Remember, I say, listen to your engine. Listen to your engine. You'll hear if you don't have enough power. And if you drop your motorcycle and you know you didn't have enough power, Remember what that sounded like, and you don't want to hear that again. You want it to be a little bit higher, okay? Remember, guys, I don't want you over revving your engine, but I'd always rather you be higher than lower, okay? Because again, if you don't have good clutch control and you're too high and you let that clutch out, stuff can happen then too. So stuff can happen either way, okay? That's why we got to find the middle, or as we say with the clutch, with the friction zone, the sweet spot, all right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate to you guys, like I did in the beginning of this video, me just rolling down in a straight line at about 8 miles per hour, okay? In the friction zone, I'm preloaded and I'm keeping it loaded and I'm covering the rear brake. And I'm just going straight, okay? All right, check this out. All right, guys, so I'm going 9 miles per hour, friction zone, preload, keep it loaded. Turn my head, turn my handlebars. Turn my head, turn my handlebars. Turn my head, turn my handlebars. Lean it a little more. Okay. So I want you guys to tell me, from the time that I came towards you until I made the first U-turn, and then I went back, and I came back, I made another U-turn, and then I made a bunch of circles. What changed? I know it's a vague question. What stayed the same? I know that's also a vague question. So let me narrow it down. And if you need to rewind it and go back, which I definitely think you should do, because you should watch all of these videos at least more than once, unless you're one of those people that get things the first time you hear them or see them. What changed in regards to the sound of my engine? Did you hear anything change? Did anything go up? Did anything go down? No. And that's what ties these things together. What ties these things together is, as long as you have your revs where they're supposed to be, trust and believe your motorcycle is not going to fall. I don't care how much you lean it. That's why the first time I came, I just made a regular U-turn all the way into the point where I'm making circles and dragging the boards. As long as you have sufficient power going to the rear wheel, the motorcycle is not going to fall. And you know it's sufficient by listening to your engine, but also how fast you're going, how much power you're allowing to go to that rear wheel, because the power is in reserve. That's what the preload is. So that's why I looked at my speed. The fastest I went was 10 miles per hour. The slowest I went was 7 miles per hour. And for the majority of the time, I was between 7 and 8 miles per hour. So again, you don't have to lean that much. You don't have to go that slow. But what you do have to understand is, if you choose to do that, you don't have to worry about the motorcycle falling. That feeling that you get, yes, you're gonna feel that, but you're gonna feel it less and less the more you practice. I'm gonna say this analogy again because I know everyone doesn't see all of my videos, and I can't assume that everybody's going to watch all of my videos. But the analogy I use is the brand new flyer, the person that has never flown in an airplane before, now they're in the airplane and they're terrified. When that airplane first takes off, there's always that little dip. I remember when I first started flying, I was like, that's it, we're going down. I'm looking at the ground, I'm thinking, can I jump out? Oh my God. However, I looked around the airplane and there's people reading the newspaper, like nothing happened. And that's when I realized, oh, it's just me. This must be normal. And the more you fly, your brain registers that as a normal thing. Even though your stomach will still feel a certain way, the brain won't connect that with fear. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the same thing here. The more you do something, the easier it's going to get. Repetition equals retention. Okay? So I want you guys to practice this, practice this, practice this. And what I want you to do, all right, I have a tattoo on my arm right here. I know you guys can't read it. The watch is covering the P. But that says persevere. And listen, that's what I want you guys to do. All right, and I have all the faith in the world that if you put the time in practicing, Amber Alert, in Atlanta, Georgia. License Henry Michael Victor 7986, North Carolina, 2011 Black Ford Explorer SUV. All right. I have all the faith in the world, guys, that if you put the time in and you practice, if you're dedicated to this, you're going to get it. Please don't get frustrated if you don't get it right away, because this is not going to happen right away. We all learn differently. Can it happen that right away for some people? Absolutely. There was a guy that was out here last week, Keely. Keely he's only been riding a motorcycle for 5 months. He did excellent out here. He also doesn't have any bad habits to bring in because he just started riding. So listen, I want you guys to understand that, like some people say, oh, I'm the threshold. No, I'm not the threshold, because you might want something different than I want. All I want for you is for your confidence to be up. Okay? All right. Please don't get down on yourself. Just keep at it. Keep practicing. And if you can find a group to practice with, that's always going to be better. If you can come out here and practice with me, that's even better. The beauty of this is nothing about this is connected to money motivates me. You guys motivate me. Your dedication to this skill, to being safer, to being better. That's my motivation. Okay? And that's why I love you guys, man, because this is such a great community. I'm telling you, with the thousands of people that I correspond with, and the fact that I might get 1 or 2 knuckleheads to say something, you know, a little crazy. Of course, I never give them any energy, or dignify that with a response or anything, and I never will. But that tells you something. It really does. You know, so yeah, I know I'm going off now, guys. You know, I'm a talker. I'll talk to you guys. But you guys are not appreciated enough. I'm telling you, I appreciate you guys so much. So, all right. I want you to practice. Please practice. Now, the tattoo on my other arm, I don't even know where it is. Oh, there it is. Actually, it's the same arm. Perseveres on this side. And right here, it says, in my darkest moments, I focus to see the light. And all that means is, I don't care what's going on, I'm always going to find the bright side of it. Okay? You guys hear me say all the time, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about what you don't. It's very easy for us to always think about negative stuff and focus on negative stuff when there's so many positive things we can focus on. So if you give me anything that's bothering you, I can give you 10 things. I'm telling you, one thing that's bothering you that you want to complain about, I can give you 10 things that you should be thankful for. All right? Sermon over. All right, guys, I hope this video helped you out. Please, if you like this video, subscribe, like, share. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit that notification bell. I want to thank my brothers and sisters in blue. Please know that you are appreciated. Be careful out there. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I spent the majority of my career. And those are the people that train me how to ride this motorcycle the way I do. But I didn't take that training and just say, okay, thank you. I kept at it. I kept practicing. And that's what I want you guys to do as well. I also want to point out to you guys, as I've stated before, don't think that just because you see a motor officer that they are definitely proficient in slow-speed motorcycle operation. When you see these guys participating in rodeos, those are the elite. It's an elite unit already, but those are the elite motor officers, the ones that want to actually compete. They practice that much more. As I said before, there's different skill levels in every job out there. I don't care what the job is. If you go to McDonald's, there's somebody that's working there. 2 people could be doing the same job. Somebody's better at it than the other. All right, so that's all it is. The bottom line is practice. If you practice all the time, and that motor officer went to motor school, and after they got out, they just decided to just ride and not practice, not really dedicate themselves to practicing, you're going to be better at it than they are. Trust me, because it's not like they're waving a magic wand over us. They're just making us practice. You know, and the motivation is different, of course. It's a job. You know, we want to definitely be in that unit. It's a very elite unit. We want to attain that skill, and they're paying us. So, but, all right, guys, I just want you to know I get it. I want you to know I see all perspectives from all different views. I wasn't always a cop. I wasn't always a sergeant. I wasn't always a lieutenant, okay? All right, guys, practice, 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 because practice breeds confidence. And a confident rider is a safer rider. Until next time, guys.